Hello dear fans, friends and subscribers. Welcome to the Cricket Happening Show with your host Ram this on Sunday. And well, what we are going to look at is the end of the tour of the New Zealand tour of Zimbabwe, and New Zealand definitely went with their heads high as they had a very easy victory over Zimbabwe today at the Harare Sports Club, where New Zealand, batting first in this solitary T20 match which was played today, made 198 for 5 batting first, and Zimbabwe found the going pretty tough, started losing wickets at regular intervals, and they were restricted to 118 for 8. For New Zealand, it was George Worker who was actually making his debut, coming in at one drop, making his T20 debut. Really made a wonderful debut as he reeled off a maiden half century in his first match here by scoring 62 of 38 balls with 3 fours and 4 sixes, and all the 4 sixes being hit off the leg spin ball of Graham Creamer. And in fact, George Worker on his debut, on his T20 debut, became the 4th New Zealand player to take the Player of the Match award. In fact, he was the 4th player to actually make a maiden 50 in T20 on T20 debut, and he also took the Man of the Match award. So George Worker would definitely remember this match. He got a maiden half century on debut. So Craig Irvine was the player of the series. So I'll be talking about that match, and also I'll be talking more about this match, no doubt about it. And the other thing that we'll be looking at is the tri-series started between the South Africa, India, all the teams, South Africa A team, the Australia A team are all in India right now, playing the triangular series between the India A, South Africa A and Australia A team. And today India A were the victors over South Africa by 8 wickets in the first match which was played, because the Aussies, in fact it was actually the match between the Aussies actually, but the Aussies couldn't take part. The reason being there were 8 players who were actually down with food poisoning, unfortunately. So let's talk about the match between the T20 match which brought an end to this New Zealand tour of Zimbabwe. A very short tour, a whistle-stop tour one could say, as New Zealand were the ones who batted first. The toss was actually won by Zimbabwe, and when New Zealand went out to bat, we saw that the pitch was absolutely flat, and the batting was pretty easy, and it was Prosper Utsaya who was creamed for 3 fours in the first over that he bowled to Kane Williamson, as Kane Williamson reeled off boundaries. In fact, he hit all the 3 boundaries through the extra cover region. And when Kane Williamson plays his strokes, it is a real treat to watch, because he is the classical form of player, and Kane Williamson came 3 fours. And he also added one more 4 to his repertoire, 4 to his account. And then the first wicket fell. It was T. Murazabani, who came in and provided the breakthrough by picking up the wicket of Kane Williamson, caught by Craig Irvine for 20 of 12 balls with 4 fours. That was wicket number 1. And in walked then the T20 debut guy, George Worker. Now George Worker walked in and joined Martin Guptill. Martin Guptill, in the meanwhile, was also doing a nice job there, as he was really playing some very good pull strokes, and he was also driving well. As you know, he likes to drive straight, and that he was precisely doing. And the partnership, Worker joined in. Worker initially probably a bit of nerves there, so took his time to actually get off the mark, but then saw that Martin Guptill was really stroking the ball sweetly and fluently, and the partnership really started pushing along as the score reached 75. So it's a 49-run partnership with Mayank Agarwal doing the scoring, and Mayank Agarwal then was a victim of the bowling of Sean Williams for 33 of 24 balls with 5 fours, which made it 75 for 2. And after that, we saw Grant Elliott come in, and that was the time we saw the spinners into operation. And that was the time George Worker really got into the act, as he went after Graham Creamer, the right arm leg spinner, big time, and he deposited him for 4 sixes. In fact, he hit 4 sixes of the bowling of Graham Creamer. At the other end, we saw Creamer picked up the wicket of Grant Elliott for 8, and after that, it was Worker was 93 for 3 when Elliott departed, and then we saw some real fireworks coming in from the blade of Worker and Luke Ronchi, but it was more of a Worker who actually started going after Graham Creamer, and that carried on for quite a long time, as there was 49 runs raised in pretty quick time by this pair, especially Worker getting very severe on Creamer. And then finally they saw the back of George Worker, but not before he made his maiden 50 on his T20 debut. And finally it was Williams who actually clean bowled him for 62 of just 38 deliveries with 3 fours and 4 sixes. Luke Ronchi contributed 29 of 19 deliveries with 2 fours and 1 six, being a victim of Williams. And then finally the finishing touches to this New Zealand innings was provided by a blast by Colin Munro and Nathan McCullum. Colin Munro remaining unbeaten on 23 of 11 balls with 3 fours and 1 six, and Nathan McCullum spanking 18 of just 7 deliveries with 2 fours and 1 six, and New Zealand reaching a score of 198 for 5 of their 20 overs. Looking at the Zimbabwean bowling here, looking a bit ragged there. Utsaya was screened, as you know, by Kane Williamson. 2 overs cost him 30 runs. Murzabani 3 overs late 34 with 1 wicket to show. Pofu, who was bowling well, got some tap in the final stages of the game from Munro and McCullum. 3 overs none for 24, so that really spoiled his figures. Chibaba 2 overs none for 18. Sean Williams, I thought, was the best bowler on show today. 4 overs no maiden, 28 runs, and picked up 3 wickets. Creamer was creamed away by Worker. In fact, the majority of runs that was scored, the 28 runs, if you look at it, 24 was scored by George Worker, because 4 sixes he hit. Other than that, Creamer bowled well. 3 overs no maiden, 1 for 28. Raza 3 overs was carted for 32 runs. As far as the Zimbabwe batting was concerned, Zimbabwe were chasing this total. As I said, the pitch was looking pretty flat out there, but the New Zealand bowlers, one has to really credit Adam Min and Mitchell McClenaghan, who started extracting life out of the pitch pretty quickly, as Masakadza and Shibaba were at the crease, and an early wicket fell when Masakadza was the first to go, caught by Luke Ronchi of the bowling of Adam Min for 6 of just 10 deliveries with 1 4, and then it was the turn for Chamu Chibaba to go, as Chamu Chibaba, actually James Neesham was brought into the bowling attack, and he immediately struck with his very first delivery as he found the stumps of Chibaba, and Chibaba was gone, bowled by Neesham for 6 of as many balls with 1 4, which made it 12 for 2. Craig Irvine was there at the crease, and he was joined in by Sikandar Raza. Sikandar Raza started confidently by hitting 2 boundaries, but then it was McClenaghan getting him caught. Sikandar Raza going for a pull shot there. Luke Ronchi behind the stumps made no mistake. He was gone for 8, which made it 25 for 3, and the Zimbabwean innings was really floundering at that stage. And then Elton Chugumra, the captain, departed, caught by Neesham trying to hit McCullum, going for a high shot there, and he holed out to Neesham for 2. That made it all the more troublesome for Zimbabwe, reduced to 34 for 4 in the 7th over. But the good thing was that Craig Irvine was the crease, and he got a partner in Sean Williams. Sean Williams, well, he definitely saw to it that he was nurdling the singles and trying to give as much strike as possible to Craig Irvine, was looking good. But then the task was getting too onerous at that particular juncture, and they had to attempt a few big strokes, and that saw the dismissal of Sean Williams. Now this was the time when Craig Irvine and Sean Williams decided that they have to get some runs, because they saw the induction of the spinners Nathan McCullum and East Sodhi, and this is the time they decided to go for their strokes. But then it was Sodhi who took a good catch of the bowling, of his own bowling, as Sean Williams tried to scotch a shot through the offside, scotch a shot past the bowler, but it was Sodhi showing good reflexes, getting him caught and bowled. So he was gone for 16 of 15 balls with 1 4. The score had just been pushed on to 64 in the 12th over, and we were at the halfway mark there, and as I said, Zimbabwean innings was really looking very shaky at that stage. Chakabwa was the only hope there. Chakabwa came in, but Chakabwa could only muster 13 runs of 17 balls with 1-4, and then it was Adam Min who picked up his wicket, and then the task, it was becoming all the more impossible for them, with the run rate almost going to 18 runs per over, and definitely that was something that Zimbabwe could have never done. And then we saw Creamer getting out to the bowling of McLennan for 5, and then when Craig Irvine, who was the mainstay of the innings, got away when he was clean bowled by Grant Elliott for 42 or 46, dealt with 4 fours, it was all over for Zimbabwe, with Zimbabwe restricted to 118 for 8 of 20 overs, with Saya was not out on 2 of as many balls. Pofu, who smoked the 6 of the final ball of the 20th over, got 6 to his name of 3 balls with 1-6 and 118 for 8, and New Zealand thus ending the tour of Zimbabwe by winning by 80 runs, the solitary T20 match. And as I said, Worker on T20 debut looked impressive. He got the man of the match award. Player of the series went to Craig Irvine of Zimbabwe. Now looking at the bowling card for the New Zealand bowlers, as I said, when New Zealand were batting, the pitch was looking absolutely flat. It was looking a flat deck, and runs were very easy to come by. But we definitely saw when the Zimbabweans were batting, it was probably the handiwork of the New Zealand Pacers which really did them in, as Adam Min bowled economically and picked up 2 wickets for 10 runs of his full quota of 4 overs. McLennan bowling 4 overs, none for 2 for 33 for him. Neesham 3 overs, 1 for 21. Everyone took a wicket there. 4 overs, 1 for 25 for Nathan McCullum. Sodhi showing some good economy and picking up a wicket with a very good catch, 1 for 15 for him. Elliott 1 over no maiden, 1 for 7. Match over, and New Zealand thus ending the tour of Zimbabwe. Very short tour, but I thought Zimbabwe definitely did well in the one-day internationals when Craig Irvine got his maiden century, and also they won the match. So that is as far as this particular match is concerned. Now the last thing that I will be looking on this Cricket Happening show, as I said, the tri-series between India A, South Africa A and the Australia A started. Actually it was supposed to be Australia A who should have been playing today, because of 8 of their players have been put down due to food poisoning there in India. They decided that the India A coach Rahul Dravid gave the permission, and it was South Africa A and India A which clashed here at the M.A. Chidambaram Stadium, Chepauk in Chennai. And well, the match was won by India. India won very comfortably by 8 wickets due to the efforts of Mayank Agarwal, who went on to hit a very nice century opening the innings, 130 of 122 balls with 16 fours and 1-6. In fact, it was first the South Africa A who actually batted first. They were all out for 244 of their 50 overs. Quinton de Kock really playing some exquisite strokes there and showing what a good player he is. But even though he scored 108 of 124 balls with 13 fours and 1-6, it was really not enough to actually to really face the India A batsmen. So Quinton de Kock 108, Buron Hendricks was run out for 1, Bruin making 5 of 25 deliveries. Elgar was bowled by Sharma for 5 of 18 balls. Ramela making 26 of 40 of 1, and Dean Willis, the wicketkeeper batsman, making 50 of as many balls with 3 fours and 3 sixes. None to Zondo, Villovan 15, Shazy making 1, Eddie Lee, the leg spinning the batsman who also is a leg spinner, not out on 12. Satsove making 1, 244 all out for the South African. Looking at the Indian bowling, which was very impressive, Dhawal Kulkarni 9 overs, 1 for 34. Sandeep Sharma also bowled a good line, 10 overs, 1 made and 246. Rishi Dhawan 10 overs, 4 for 49 was the chief wicket taker there. Karan Sharma 10 overs, 1 for 32, bowled well. Akshay Patel was the one who really had really went for a lot of runs, 9 overs. He gave away 56 runs and showed only 1 wicket to his name. Nair 2 overs, no maiden, none for 12. As far as India A were concerned, they were chasing 245 to win of their 50 overs, and what a start for India. India really laid the foundation right from the very beginning. as it was the talented Unmuk Chand along with Mayank Agarwal. But Mayank Agarwal, as you know, he plays in an aggressive fashion. We have seen in the IPL that he can really play some blowing strokes, and that's what he precisely did. And he also collected his century, 130 of 122 balls at 16 fours and 1 6, combining into a very good partnership, a very good opening partnership with Unmuk Chand, who contributed 90 of 94 deliveries with 8 fours and 2 sixes, and 219 they raced for the first wicket. That really set the stage for the India innings to win, India A to win this match. And then it was a mere formality. Manish Pandey not out on 9 of 8 balls with 1 4. Nair was not out on 4. Match over. India winning the match by 8 wickets. The first match of the Tri-Series which was played here. Mayank Agarwal was named man of the match. Looking at the South African bowling, Tsotsobe 7.4 overs, 2 maidens, 32 runs and 1 wicket, bowled well. Wilovan 8 overs, 1 maiden, none, 45. Eddie Lee, the leg spinner, was absolutely cracked by the India A batsman, and the India A batsman targeted Eddie Lee, and Eddie Lee, bowling his full quota, was really thrashed by these two batsmen, as he went for 74 runs of his 10 overs with no wicket to show to his name. Shazi 4 overs, none for 25. Elgar 8 overs were cracked for 69 runs with 1 wicket, and match over. So that is as far as today's Cricket Happening show, this on a Sunday, is concerned. Hope you all enjoyed this cricket broadcast of mine, and I'm hoping to see you all tomorrow on my next Cricket Happening show. Well, there would be, I know that one does not know whether there are any matches coming up, but as you all know, this is the Cricket Happening show. So anything relating to cricket, your host Ram is always there to entertain you on this cricket show. Till such time I see you, dear fans, friends and subscribers of Cricket Happenings, this is your host Ram signing off from this broadcast today, this on a Sunday. Thank you.